Hello everybody and welcome back today to my F1 2019 Road to Glory career mode with Williams. It is time then for part 12 of season 2 here for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Uh, Spoiler alert, if you've missed the last two episodes then yeah, don't really recommend going to check them ones out. Both DNFs unfortunately. Yeah, massively disappointing races so far. So, we need to carry on. The car's had, some big upgrades put on then. We got some more big upgrades on the way as well, and we'll continue to upgrade the car as much as possible now. Just keep this momentum going, I guess. Um, we could always try and get some ultimate upgrades in on the engine side as well if we, go through our. I think engine's definitely probably the next side we should upgrade because our engine power is still a bit lacking. But let's get into qualifying then for the Hungarian Grand Prix. This track's a bit of a hit or miss one in my opinion. It's either very good or very bad, so we'll see what we can do then for qualifying. Alright then, run up to the line then. P6 for the Hungarian Grand Prix. That's more like it. I mean, the last few episodes as well, our qualifying's been pretty abysmal along with our race pace. So, yeah, that's more like it. This is where we want to be now. Let's try and push for the Grand Prix ahead. Let's try and score some points in this one. Yeah, now the car's a bit more competitive. We can maybe actually aim for some actual points, some like good points as well. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think the next car now in front of us on the performance chart, bearing in mind it is quite the gap, the next car in front of us is Mercedes. Like, what? How have we pulled that one off then? Um, but yeah, engine's definitely going to be the next way to go. We can start getting some, big upgrades through. So yeah, I definitely think we go energy recovery first. That would just make us like faster in general. But yeah, I mean, look, you can see the gap we have to pull up to Mercedes there. So probably an ultimate upgrade and another major upgrade, and maybe then we can get them. And then that'll put us right on the back of the front pack. So yeah, halfway through this season, then we have upgraded this car. I mean, this car's come on leaps and bounds. I mean, we were so far behind everyone at the start of the season, and now um, we're caught right up to the back of everyone. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I really am. I mean, I've been in a bit of a drought the last few episodes, but let's see what we can do then for Hungary. When the 5 red lights go out, we will be racing at the Hungaroring. And we are away here. An okay start there, but picked up a lot of secondary wheel spin. Bottas is going to move ahead of us here, and Ricciardo is going to try and get through as well. Going into the first corner there, we're going to try and get around the outside of him if we can stay around the outside. And yeah, we can stay around the outside then of Ricciardo, but he's going to come back round our outside here. So a right old scrap between me and Ricciardo then through the first 3 turns. And yeah, we're going to stay then in P7. So we've lost a place to Bottas on the opening lap, but I mean, let's be honest, those Renaults are miles ahead of us in performance here. It's a Red Bull 1-2 then, which, you know, may not seem like anything crazy, but I haven't seen that too much this season as we go for a little fake dive then on Bottas. But, you know, we can't make anything of it. So, yeah, you know, the car feels pretty alright around this track, to be fair. But I said it felt pretty alright around Germany, and then we binned it. And then I said it felt pretty alright around Silverstone, and, well, we binned it. So, yeah. Let's see then where we can go from here. Hopefully, as I say, today, just to score a point today, I think would be a really nice, you know, a really nice kind of job. Just get us back in the march and, you know, carry on a bit of an upwards trajectory. Silverstone, it's a shame really, because Silverstone and Germany, 2 circuits I was really looking forward to, but both of them ended within the first 6 laps. So, you know, like, really, really disappointing races at Silverstone. Was it within the first 5? Silverstone was lap 5, I think. Germany, I don't know when it was, but yeah. But a really disappointing couple of rounds there. We are just going to put a little bit more front downforce on when we come into the pitch, just to get the nose of the car turned in. I mean, yeah, you can see our straight line speed is pretty shocking, but through the corners and stuff, we're actually alright. But, yeah. That could just be maybe we're running a bit more downforce than other cars. But this is a very tricky track to overtake here. The thing is, you need good pace down the straight if you want to make an overtake here. As we say that though, we are pulling up onto the back of Valtteri Bottas here quite nicely. But yeah, you know, the car doesn't feel as difficult as it has felt the last couple of episodes. We actually feel pretty alright in this car. You know, the drivability is fairly good. But the rear downforce being on now, you can really tell. Obviously, we had a major rear downforce upgrade come in ahead of this episode. And you can really tell that's on. Like, you can just tell the car feels so much less oversteery than it did in Germany. You see, the thing is, I quite like a pointy car. You know, I like a car where the nose turns in quite sharply. I can live with a bit of oversteer, you know, very similar to Verstappen's driving style. But, yeah, I hate understeer because I really struggle to counter understeer. You know, you can, like, the thing is with oversteer, it's quite easy to take that compromise, but with understeer, you can't, like, I don't really know how to explain it. There's no way to get around it, if you know what I mean, where, like, this should be quite an oversteery setup, but, I mean, look, the car is not snapping out on us or biting on us and stuff. But yeah, understeer, the car just doesn't grip up, and I think you lose a lot of time. A lot of drivers like it. I think Alonso runs quite a blunt kind of car, where it just doesn't really turn in. I've got to try and move past Bottas though, somewhere, because I feel he is holding me up a bit. I mean, the 2 Renaults, we know they have good pace, but we know they're quite an unreliable car, so, you know, I'm not counting on anything, but Bottas, he scored a podium, didn't he, in, was it France, I think, Renault's home race. I think he scored a podium. Got ahead of Hamilton on the final lap. Unreal stuff. How competitive this grid is this year, you know. I mean, the 2 Red Bulls running away from it then in this one. So, obviously they have the downforce. But, yeah, what's our strategy? Let's pit. We're going to pit next lap, actually. So we'll see what we can, do then. Yeah, we're going to pit next lap. And, yeah, I think if we try and get the undercut on everyone here, I think that'll be, you know, quite nice. I think we'd be able to maybe undercut a few cars in this train, but yeah, we'll pit next lap and see what happens. A lot of our trouble is with this car, it doesn't seem to like the medium tyres. I don't know what it is. We'll put a set of mediums on and see how we go. But the medium tyres have been really difficult for us. So you can see how much we close up onto Bottas here. But this track is just so difficult to overtake. There's not really any good overtaking places apart from the first corner. But as I was saying, you need really good straight line speed, which we just don't have here. I mean, maybe we could try and get a good run out of the final couple of corners. You know, yeah, like decent run, but look at how Bottas pulls away there. He's in DRS as well, obviously. But yeah, you know, really tricky for us to try and catch up onto the back of him. So we'll see what we can do. We're gonna box the car this lap, and yeah, we'll see where we go from there. So yeah, a nice clean start to this one, which is what we needed. Obviously, our starts in the last few races have been questionable, to say the least. Here, as can we get a run here on Bottas? We're going to go for it around the outside there at the chicane. A lovely move round the outside. You don't really get too many overtakes through there, especially not ones on the outside here. So we are through then and back up where we started into P6 finally. After 5 laps of trailing Bottas here, we've actually got past him, which is, that's great news. And it's great news to see, though, that we're keeping up with the cars in front, the Renaults, the Ferraris, the McLarens. I mean, the Red Bulls are kind of in a world of their own at the moment. But, yeah, it's nice to see that we can keep up here as we're going to dart for pit lane. As where is the pit entry? There it is. Oh, my word. Didn't nearly slow that one down there. Russell's running 14th then. So, yeah, again, decent race on his end. Yeah, 12 laps to go after this one, and that is a 1.8 second pit stop then. We'll have to re-sign our contract after this race as well. Hopefully we can keep on the same contract we're on at the moment already, but I have a feeling we might have to make a bit of a compromise if we want to stay with the team. Yeah, so I'm looking forward, though, to the rest of this race. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Oh yeah, I can feel that front wing already there. I said I like the car a bit more pointy. I can really feel it. It feels so much better already. So yeah, I mean, just look how the car just glides through there. You can see like I have a little bit more oversteer now, but as I say, I can counter that. I can, well, usually. Don't watch German Grand Prix episode. Usually I can counter the oversteer on a car. So we'll see what we can do there. As I can near enough take that corner flat, almost. It'll be these last few corners here, these long left-hander and then into a long right-hander as well. I reckon I'll be able to gain some good time through here. More time than usual through here. But we cross the line. 8.1 seconds then is the gap to Alex Albon, who's running last in this one, which is quite surprising then. So he must have taken grid penalties or just a really shocking qualifying on his end, because that Alfa Romeo cars is a very good one. I mean, we won 4 races last year in it, so, on the way to what ended up being 5th in the championship, I believe. By the time we moved to Williams, I think we were 5th in the championship, so, yeah, interesting race this time. Oh, there's a little bit wide. First track limits warning of the day here. Oh, my word, and then a little bit on edge again. The car just seems to keep hitting a wall in the race where I'll just try and... I think it's because now I have the confidence and I have the front downforce. I keep thinking, right, I've got the front downforce, I can get the car turned in. But then I'm still thinking of when I had like the good, equal wing setup. I think, okay, I can just mash the throttle out of corners. And I've got to remember that I'm not going to have as much rear downforce now, if you know what I mean, because I've slightly got a bit more front downforce. So, yeah, we'll see what we do then for the rest of this race as cars are starting to filter into the pit lane here. It'd be crucial for us to get out ahead, maybe of Bottas there. We're going to get out ahead of him. That's Vettel in front of us, and we're going to be right on the back then of Sebastian Vettel. So the undercut has worked for us brilliantly there. Only problem is he's going to have DRS from following Norris before coming into the pit lane. So I'll give him a little bit of an advantage here, but yeah, we'll push on then. We'll see if we can maybe catch up to him and Leclerc and Norris by the end of this Grand Prix here. 10 laps to go here at the Hungarian ring. Oh, that was cutting it fine for track limits there. Wow. That was 1 line and a half through through turn 4, that is. Totally got the name then for a second, like turn 4. So, yeah. As I say, all good so far. Good start. Car feels nice. 1.1 seconds is the gap to Vettel. So if we could close up to him just a little bit, just try and get the DRS. Yeah. I think we're going to be out of DRS. Yeah, we are. So, yeah, just try and keep it on the back of him then. Can we maybe pull ahead or next to Charles Leclerc here? We're going to be neck and neck with Charles Leclerc as he comes out of pit lane there. We are going to get round the outside then of Charles Leclerc. So we're up into P5, so the undercut has worked for us beautifully, yeah. We've jumped well clear of Bottas and ahead of Charles Leclerc, and it's put us right onto the back then of Sebastian Vettel and Lando Norris then in their battle for the final podium spot here. So yeah, hopefully Norris can do us a favour in holding up Vettel a little bit there. You can just see how much how much time we gain there on the back of these two. We really just pull up to the back of them. But yeah, you know, all good around here as Norris has some kind of mechanical issue then, and he's going to be slow. So this is really going to help us here. Only thing we've got to hope is Vettel doesn't get past him before the straight. Because if Vettel gets past him before the straight, then that'll probably cause us a bit of issue here. Because like, Norris is holding up Vettel big time then through the corners. Oh, if we would just round the outside a little bit more there. Right, got to try and move past Norris here. Got to. We'll see what we can do here as we're going to go to the inside. Are we? Is Norris going to leave us the space? No, he's not there. We have to really barge past Norris because he's not going to leave us any room, but we're up into P4. So, okay now. I say we just try and bring the car home unless the opportunity comes to mount an overtake on Vettel. But now we need Norris then to hold off the Renaults. Because if he does that, then this is going to help us massively. Yeah. But all in all then, a fairly decent race here. We're up 2 places from where we started, which, you know, as long as we're moving forward or staying in the same place, I don't really mind what happens. I guess it's the thing really, as long as we don't lose places during a Grand Prix, I'm pretty pleased, you know. Vettel though, 3/10 ahead of us here. We're going to have DRS, but I don't think there'll be nothing doing down the straight here. I don't think we're going to be able to get past him now. As all of a sudden Leclerc gets past Norris. So we've got to look out for that. That's going to be pretty crucial here. But we pull right up onto the back of Vettel. You can just see how good our car is round the corners. But I mean, look at that, look, down the straight, look. We're in the slipstream. We've got DRS and we've got the higher fuel modes here. And still, we are not pulling up to the back of Vettel whatsoever. So it's, yeah, you know, an interesting start to proceedings. And, yeah, you know, well, not an interesting start to proceedings, but an interesting race here, you know, engine-wise, is can we maybe mount an overtake on Vettel there? I thought we could for a second. Oh, my word. A little bit screwing me here. We've got 7 laps to go in this one. Not a single retirement from the Grand Prix. Yeah, I mean, we've still got 7 laps to go, but, you know, not a single retirement, which is crazy. I think we've had at least 1 DNF in every single race of this career mode so far. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on it, but I'm sure we have had at least 1 DNF. I think most DNFs this year has either been me, which is crazy. Well, no, it's not crazy. I think I've had 4 DNFs. Or Lewis Hamilton in the Red Bull there. I mean, just look how much we pull up onto the back of Vettel. But we just can't do it here. We're going to have to go... We're going to have to just go for a dive bomb, I reckon. But I think I can't be too... I don't know. Maybe we could have gotten there. The thing is, I want this 3rd place really bad because I know we have the pace maybe to overtake Vettel, but I just don't want to ruin. If I can't, you know, if I can't get past Vettel, I don't want to ruin my chances of getting 4th place. So it's really about trying to balance out this, you know, this challenge here of can we move past? Can we stay in front? What can we do really? We've just got to see whatever happens. For the rest of this one, there is all getting over the curbs a little bit. But yeah, you know, I think maybe we just try and keep in pursuit of Vettel. Maybe just keep trying to pressure him into some kind of error or something. There is another big slide then. So yeah, you know, we just need to settle down, I think, a little bit. We're pulling away from Leclerc, which is unbelievable, I think. I mean, he is on hards, in all fairness. But yeah, again, he is in a Renault, which is probably about, I don't know. Well, on paper, that car should be about 6/10 a lap faster than this one, I reckon. Something like that. It's unreal, the pace difference. But yeah, I mean, still we're pulling away from Leclerc, so whether or not Leclerc has an issue, I mean, it was a Renault engine in the back of that McLaren of Lando Norris that had a big issue as well. What a shocking season he's having so far. You know, he's really not having any luck at all this season. You know, it's crazy. Sainz has kind of showed him up a bit this year in the McLaren. I mean, you got pole in Germany. Oh my word, big slide for us. You know, Norris got pole in Germany for McLaren, but nothing else there. Yeah, I think I've lost my chances at third place in this Grand Prix then. I'm not looking forward to the next race in Belgium because I think, like, if we don't have any straight line speed, that is such a power circuit that we're either going to have to run such high wings or we're just going to have to see what we can do with, like, the package of the car we've got. But I just don't think we're going to be competitive around Belgium, I'll be fully honest. I just think... I think next race will be a bit of a... just... I don't really know, not a test session necessarily, but just kind of a scrap for whatever position we can really get. But you know, fourth place though in this Grand Prix would be a lovely return then, after having two solid DNFs on the bounce now. It would be fantastic to, you know, carry on with a fourth place finish there, he says, as he gets a big slide on. And yeah. So a fairly decent race from us, I can't lie, you know. We kept it clean, had no major dramas. I mean, the overtake maybe on Norris in the turn one was probably a bit over aggressive, but you know, you've got to be brave. You've got to take every opportunity as it comes, and that was probably our only opportunity to get past Norris without being massively held up. And I mean, look, it's done as well because we're not held up now massively behind anyone really. I mean, 1.1 seconds is the gap to Vettel. I don't think we are going to catch him now. And yeah, 6.5 on Leclerc. So we're taking time out of Leclerc and we're staying with the Ferrari in front of us, which is very good. Red Bull 1-2 out in front. I don't know which car is leading. I would tell you, but yeah, I just don't know on that front. But yeah, you know, a really, really solid Grand Prix. And I'm just, to be fair, I'm looking forward to getting this one done and maybe moving on to Belgium. Get some, if we can get that minor engine upgrades through this weekend, that would be that'd be a big job for us to get those through ready for next weekend. Yeah, but we've pulled it back then within a second of Vettel here. I quite like this track. It's quite a fast, old school track. There's always slide really, really wide. Yeah, you know, it's quite a fun, old school type track. You know, I quite enjoy it. If you get like into a rhythm and then you get like, you know, some good pace, some good you know, good setup and everything. It is so much fun to drive. So much fun to drive. Really, really enjoyed this one, I can't lie. Obviously, at points, I've made a couple of less than ideal mistakes. I mean, that turn 5 big slide had probably put us off the back of Vettel for the rest of this one there. But yeah, you know, like, this circuit is just a lot of fun there. I mean, just look at how much, though, we do catch up to the back of Vettel here. Ooh. Jump over the curbs a little bit. But yeah, you know, just a lovely race so far. And yeah, moving on then to what will be the penultimate lap next time round. Just aiming to keep it clean then, as all of a sudden though, we are right on the back of Sebastian Vettel here. And, well, I say we absolutely throw the kitchen sink at him. Let's just give it everything and push on there. It's oh my word, there the DRS deciding to just close on me a little bit. Why not? Got to try and save a bit of fuel up as well here, haven't we? For the end of this one. If we run it in a lean mix here for the rest of this lap, probably that'll be pretty good, I reckon. You know, or just standard mixes, just to try and get the car right on the back of Vettel now then. So we're going to try and go for a move at some point here. We've got to make a move. We've got to try. You know, like, what is the point of sitting in 4th place? Because, you know, we don't want to. This is a car that shouldn't be running in 4th place. So yeah, to finish 4th place would be an achievement, but to get our 5th podium of the year would also be quite the achievement here. I'm going to go for it. I am going to go for it here on Sebastian Vettel. I said our chances at a podium were probably done and dusted here, but are they? Oh, there's a big dive there. We drive off the circuit a little bit here. We're going to come back on alongside Vettel there. We make some contact with him. Can we keep ahead? Oh my word. How on earth we held on to that one? Unreal there as we really hit the rear wheel of him there. That was probably a bit too over aggressive on our end. We got a bit of light front wing damage now, but this is probably our last opportunity here to catch a podium place off Vettel now. We're going to go right around the outside of the first corner. We're going to get the move done on the final lap of the Hungarian Grand Prix. We are up then into P3, and we have just got one more tour of this circuit. Just hold on to that P3 there. All of a sudden, we've got yellow flag. We've got an engine failure from Vettel on the final lap. So the move was pointless, because we would have had the podium anyway. Of course, we spend all that time sweating out the laps, you know, pumping in the best lap times we can to try and get ahead of him. And the second we move past him with the stupidest overtake in my racing career, he goes and has an engine failure. Well, you know, I said you had to take all the opportunities here, and we certainly did. I mean, that was a very sketchy overtake, I think, especially as we went through this section of the track. But yeah, we round the final couple of corners, and Lewis Hamilton wins the Hungarian Grand Prix for Red Bull. Max Verstappen P2. But for us, we've struggled the last few races with DNFs. It's back to the podium, though, with Williams P3. And an incredible race here, you know, made up 3 places after losing 2 at the start. And a truly solid effort then, this time out. But a lovely Hungarian Grand Prix as George Russell finishes 10th and gets his first points of the season. It's the first point of the year for George Russell in P10 as well. So a fantastic effort from the team this time out. And George Russell then lifts himself up 4 places, as now the only drivers yet to score are the 2 Hasses and the 2 Racing Points. But it's a podium for us, points for Russell, really good points for Renault today. I mean, what, 6, 12, that's 18 points for Renault. So I had a strong race. Perez in 5th, a really quiet one after starting 11th. Yeah, again, like I said, Sainz up there. Moved up quite a lot of places. But yeah, what happened down here then? So Hulkenberg dropped right down. Vettel had an engine failure. Norris dropped right down as well. But George Russell, though, first point of the season for him, a fifth podium of the year for us. So, yeah, a great race there. And I mean, that engine failure from Vettel was just so perfectly timed. I mean, like, you couldn't have write that. You couldn't have written that if you'd have tried. The second we moved past him, we had an engine failure. I thought it was one of the Red Bulls in front of us for a second there. I was gonna say, but yeah, all that time we were on about, we were worried about trying to get the laps in to get past him, just for him to have an engine failure on the final lap. Oh my word! The things you have to do in this sport to get a good point. So yeah, well, they've really chucked down all of our upgrades here. We'll see what we can go for. Can we get... No, we can't. This is quite the worry then. Let's see if we go maybe 1 to 2. That's gonna... Oh, we just need maybe a little bit just over the edge. Come on. Oh, that really took off that much. Are you joking? Well, I'm not complaining. Yeah, let's get this engine upgrade through then. Go to the Belgian Grand Prix, and then hopefully if that one comes through all fine and dandy, we'll be able to get the next upgrade on, ready for the... It's either an ultimate or a major that we can get on next. And yeah, but our contract then taking a bit of a hit. The pit stop time's probably going to hurt us there, but well, we'll just have to see what we can do. It's not the end of the world. Maybe we need to start going for more showmanship answers. I've noticed as well. That will like bump the team. Oh, the engine upgrades failed. Oh, this blooming team, eh? What can you do? What can you do? We'll simulate the practice sessions then. Get our last few upgrade points through, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, again though, a good race, very good race there. Renault's the second best car on the grid. Right, okay, so great start then to this episode. These upgrades make Formula 1 so wacky. I mean, the Formula 1 game there, we could try and go for a max DRS upgrade. I don't know, maybe we'll leave that one for next time out, maybe. We'll see what we can do. That's going to put us quite ahead there. Brakes. This one will help us quite a bit as well, so I say we put that on. But yeah, guys, that's been it then for episode 13, the Hungarian Grand Prix. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one, guys. Cheers, everybody, for watching. Take care. Thank you.